Hello, everyone. Welcome out to C H Ballpark. We took the show on the road. Coach Perkins here, we were talking, we'd been chatting up, and we scheduled to have him on the show. And he texted me and he goes, "Hey, I got my camp." I was like, "Well, let's come out to the camp." So he allowed us to come out. As always, a lot of fun. Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
A lot of fun. But you're just coming back. It's amazing. Here's the thing. You just come back from Ozark State tournament up there, and you're right back at it.
Yep. That's what we do every year, though. I've been doing it ever since I started, and love being around the kids, and that's where we start our roots from, and all the way down from 4th grade to 12th grade. And it's kind of hard for the older ones because I know that a bunch of them took off for Indianapolis on Tuesday, and a few of them showed up on Monday just to come down, which was cool. But I always tell them, I expect them to come to camp. I got to see you. I mean, I can't get out and watch you all the time. I'm not.
That's almost impossible, isn't it?
Right? Yeah. So I got to see how they're progressing, and a lot of kids that are like on the bubble being cut and that kind of thing, they tend to show up and work hard and just trying to earn a spot on the team. And I tell them that's what's going on, because we're evaluating the whole time, and maybe you can separate yourself from somebody else who was not at camp, and that's what goes on.
It's curious, and you can answer this you want to. When I talk about these things, and it's not a slight. I like youth baseball in its format. I think the clubs have a lot of positives. I think there's opportunities in all different places. Kids want to play ball at whatever level they're at and whatnot. There's a place to play baseball.
Yeah.
As you're seeing a lot of, you had third, fourth, and sixth graders over here. Fourth, fifth, and sixth. You had what over here?
7th, 8th, and 8th, and these are 9 through 12.
9 through 12. So what's your names?
Garrett. Caleb. Brendan.
What are you guys doing out here? Having fun?
Yeah.
Yeah. What camp is it?
Perkins camp.
Perkins camp.
Howell
Yeah.
camp.
Yeah.
It's basically Francis Howell camp, but Perkins is like
Are you guys learning stuff?
Yeah. Today we worked on bunts and stealing and throwing people out. Where are you going?
Very good. Very good. All right, guys. Hey, we'll see you out at the ballpark.
Yep.
So you got these kids coming out to camp. What are you seeing as far as a progression? We have all this training and things. How are you seeing that? Is the effect of that happening when these kids are coming to camp, Coach?
Oh, it's evolved so much. When I first started, kids would show up in shorts. Some guys would show up without a glove, but not in the last 10, 15 years. I mean, the kids know what to expect. They show up in their pants. They show up in their shirts. I tell them, you got to separate yourself. That's the biggest thing. If you're going to make these teams, you got to be better than somebody else. You got to let find a way for the coach to notice you. I tell them to wear shirts with their names on the back. Just little things that can, etch that kid's name in the coach's, mind helps a lot. And they come prepared. I used to bring helmets because guys didn't have helmets. I don't even bring helmets no more because they have their own helmets, So it has evolved a lot. There's a lot of training. But I feel like the repetition that we do and the teaching aspect of it, we spend the first. Yeah, that's exactly what I got going. And I like that. I kind of like that. I wouldn't advise younger guys throwing the football yet. I think you need to get older. I think you need to get, so where you're shaving, and then you can start messing with the breaking pitch. Then you can start messing with the football. Then you can find something you're comfortable with. Oh, we stretch, we throw, and then we do station work where we're doing, like today we did sliding, and we did bunting, and then we always hit, that's stations, and we rotate through, and every year we have a different aspect of the game that we focus on, and like I talk to kids about sliding. I say, how many of you guys have, practice sliding? And everybody's like, no, we don't ever. I said, well, it's an art, and man, you can look great. We saw it in the Final Four where a guy makes a great slide here and there, and he's safe because of his technique in sliding. I tell them, when it rains, get out in your backyard, slide in the grass, or get a wet willy or slide it, whatever. When it's wet, do it. Mom's gonna be mad, but she'll do laundry. Make it an art, That's what we do. We teach.
I like the idea, the old slip and slides, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You did that. You slide in head first.
Have fun. Have fun doing it, man. It's
that's what it's about.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that idea. The other thing, too, I see, and I think sometimes this maybe, and this is just an observation, because I see some of these kids coming to high school baseball unprepared maybe to compete for a spot.
Send it, baby. Let's send it today.
If they come to camp, they know what we expect.
Okay.
There's no doubt. That prep camp we do, the last one of the season, I do 4 camps. The prep camp, I mean, you know, they get to spend time with the head coach, and maybe I bring my freshman coach along too, so you know we can basically know these guys. But they know what to expect. They know the drills that we do, even the throwing drills. We do a scanio drill, we do 4 corners, we do whatever drills. I mean, it's not new to them because they come to camp, they know what to do, they know how to do it, and we can make practice run that much more efficiently because they know what we are about.
I got first base. I got bang. I got swing. Dive, Andrew. Got him, Nate. Oh, Nate.
They have so the camp too is in that concept of setting expectations.
Oh yeah. When I talk to them, even when we run the 60, you know, they think, you know, Caleb Miller, my senior, says, I think this is stupid. I said, really? And I said, you know, I agree with you. I really do. I don't think 60 is a baseball distance. You know,
Right.
When do you run a 60? We should run a 30. You know, but when I talk to college coaches, one of the first questions is, what's a 60 time? So we got to do it. And I try and tell them how to improve and to log down their. Now I got to tell them to get on their phones. I say write it down in a log, but I was saying get it on your notes on your phone and say in 2022 I was 7'8", you know. In 2023 I'm going to be 7'6", and if you're not progressing throughout the, you know, next year's camp I'm going to be doing that, you know. That's what it's about, and that's they know the expectations and they know what to do.
I think it's interesting, you know, you bring up that's a valid point because you're running this straight line 60, and I know they do it because it's first to second. We understand that, but does it really evaluate the player and how he approaches first base, where he's touching, how's he rounding that to make that approach to second and get to the second base in a timely fashion? And I don't know if there's something that says in that 70 we can extrapolate this number to get to a kind of an understanding of how they did. But I don't know if that would be a science in that respect.
But we did cover base running yesterday. We timed them home to first. We timed them home to home. You know, we were talking about how to round the bases and how to get yourself back in a straight line as soon as you possibly can, you know, and not drift to the outfield as you round first base. You know, just those little things that separate people from other people. That's what it's about. That
drift of 5 feet can cost you.
Big deal. It's a big deal.
Because every sport is a game that is measured by a second, an inch.
Oh yeah.
Anything that way, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
I love the fact that I saw a lot of the guys out here, former players, you know.
Oh, what? Dude, Gunther, you went like this. Gotta pull it back. Yes, he did. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let him get it out. That's 3. Man, if only you didn't run it. That's sad.
Just saw, you know, that's cool.
It is cool.
You had Ty Rouser and Jake McCutcheon out here from just, you know, this last squad.
Yep. And then had a bunch of guys they're still in college. You got to hit those college guys that don't have jobs. Like, you know, they want to get paid. I pay them.
That's fair.
They
want to
get paid to do baseball for 3 hours in the day. Heck yeah. You know, we had Dan Fick here. We got Sammy Maddox, Matt James, Carson Subert. You know, all those guys were great players for me, and I love seeing them. You know, and we talked baseball the whole time, basically. And, you know, when I was doing pitching down there, I had Fick, Rouser, and Subert, you know, and it's like, what do? You know, maybe they've picked up something in college and maybe I can get better. You know, maybe I can learn a different grip, or I can learn how to hold the ball a little bit differently. And we talk in front of the kids, you know, and we're trying to get better and trying to figure out how to do things the right way.
That's what I'm talking about. I call it Bosch. That's it.
The Vulcan death grip.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. But the key to the changeup is get it deeper into your palm. Get it deeper into your hands. And don't grip it so hard that you're going to be spiking it. You know, just let it go like a fastball.
And it's so much fun for me to be around them, and I love it.
I think that's an amazing thing, Coach. Here you are. How many years you been coaching? Because I don't know how to talk. What is
38.
38. Okay, 38 years coaching. You got, he knows it. They just celebrated. You're over 600 wins. State titles. You just got third place in the state. Big time game with Liberty North. That was one of the best games I've seen, high school games I've seen in a long time. And you're standing over here and you just said, you know, maybe I can get something from these guys that have played for you that are at college. And what. That to me is a testament to what makes you successful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I go to all the clinics. I go to ABCA, I go to BCA, I go to MHSBC. I'm really involved with a lot of those. But I always go there, and if I can pick up one thing, it's worth it. A lot of times it ends up being in my room just talking baseball, but that's what we do, you know. And if I'm not eager to learn, you never know everything. I mean, that's if you're that kind of guy, I don't want to be around you. You know? Because I'm always picking people's minds, you know, and saying, hey, how you do this, how you do that, and what's your hit philosophy here, and what are you doing here, how are you bunting, you know. But most people are coming to me for bunting advice.
I understand why. But I think that's an interesting point of view. And you've seen a lot of coaches I'm sure in your career. What advice do you give young coaches? What's the best advice you can give somebody like
I get that question quite a bit, and there's a lot of things. I mean, I think first thing I would say, be the first one there, be the last one to leave, which I normally am. Don't ever let anybody outwork you.
And that's where
yeah, I'm usually the last guy. I'm always looking for balls that everybody else left laying around.
They're expensive, Coach.
Yeah, I know. And I said, you don't have to be a loud leader. I mean, you can lead by example, like your work ethic. You know, I mean, you need to outwork your assistant coaches, you need to outwork the players, you know, and they see that, and instead of just standing around talking, maybe now they'll get after and do something, you know. That's what I'm after anyway. I mean,
right.
I mean, if it doesn't get done, you know, I'm going to be doing it, you know. So I just try and lead by example more than anything else. You know, paperwork, you got to get it in. It's a lot of stuff you don't think it makes any sense, but you got to do it. If your boss asks you, your AD asks you to do something, do it. Don't complain about it. That's a dude's going to fire you. I mean, yeah, and there's a lot of things that you got to do that you really don't want to, but you just do it, man. And if you love it, you stay with it.
Absolutely. Let's talk just real quick, and we'll finish up here. Just as you're seeing the landscape, I mean, baseball from the time you started till now, I mean, I'm sure you've seen a lot of changes, right?
Oh, yeah.
What is something you're seeing significantly different in today's game?
It's the summer ball stuff. It's the club stuff, and I'm a club guy. I'm coaching the Collegiate League for the Prospects and the Car Shield League for Andy Bennis, you know, which is a different scene for me. But the in-season and out-season training that goes on with the club ball, and you got guys doing it year-round, which I disagree with. I mean, my sons were a testament to that because they played multiple sports, and I think you need to play multiple sports. I think you need to get away from baseball for a little bit. Doesn't mean you can get away from lifting. Doesn't mean you can get out of cardiovascular stuff. I mean, there's always stuff that you can do, you know, getting some routine,
right,
you know, and getting stronger. I think the kids are stronger. Yeah. I think the kids are bigger. You know, the club stuff is good for them, and you get the exposure. Mm-hmm. You get in front of people that, you know, the coaches that you want to, that's the main goal, is get in front of people and impress one person so you can get your scholarship. I mean, that's what it's all about. you know, when I grew up, it was just all Legion, and then, you know, we got second state in Rock Island when I was 17, you know, so it was a pretty good deal. And
Right.
I got here, and Legion was kind of iffy here and there, and I just took it for granted everybody would be playing Legion ball, and now it's not. And now it's more, your better players are playing the club ball and getting training from professional guys and getting training from guys that do baseball for a living.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest difference. I mean, the strength and conditioning part of it is a big deal. I mean, when I saw Will Doherty was here, he was helping us, and he really got a lot stronger at Missouri Southern this last year. He looks really good, you know. He didn't look that good last year, but just the training part of it makes a big difference.
Because you can out-athlete somebody, can't you?
Yeah, sometimes you're just blessed with it, man.
Right? I think that's the thing. Can you be a better athlete? The skill level, fielding a ground ball, doing those types of things, I understand you're going to work at those things. You know, your physical focus. Because I've always said, and I believe this very much, the body follows the mind. And you can but if your body isn't in its physical physical condition, it's hard for your body to follow the mind where you want it to go.
Yeah, I agree.
Correct?
I mean, we got a kid that's been coming to camp since he's fourth grade. He'd be a sophomore now. His name's Addison Mays. Not the best running form in the world. Fastest 60 time every year. and I brought that up in camp when we were running the 60. I said, Addison's going to have the fastest time here, but if you look at him, you don't think he's very fast. But he is fast, and God just blessed him with that ability.
There you go.
There it is.
There it is.
You know?
Some of that's just given, right?
Right. I mean, it really is. But you take what you get, and then you keep plugging away, man, and keep getting better. And that's why these guys come to camp, and that's why these guys go to their training facilities and keep getting better. So that's what it's about.
Absolutely. Coach, always a pleasure, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for coming out.
Yeah. Appreciate you. You know,
Cool. You're at the yard.
at the ballpark. We've done how many from here now, Justin? Have we done 3? Yeah, we've done 3 live.
Yeah, I've seen you out there.
We've done 3 live broadcasts from C&H. It's
Right.
a lot of fun. The games are
Yeah.
the last
This
one.
is my home.
Yeah, the last one we did, Coach. It started like at 6:30, and when the sun was going down back behind there, it was beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah,
Gorgeous.
I mow the grass down here. I'm a member down here. I'm on the board, so that's still a piece of me. We played here forever until we had the new field.
Yeah, your stuff.
Yeah, they
still
redid
up.
the fence, the sign there. Yeah, they're going to have to redo it again because
Got to add one more,
we
right?
did something else.
There you go. There you go. Coach Perkins, as always, a pleasure. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. Have a great day in the Lord. All you pitchers, keep throwing strikes, and you hitters, hit them where they ain't. We'll see you next time.